Welcome to Mr. Holloway's Foundational Java Skills series. In this video, we're going to talk about classes. But don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And class is now in session. Alright, this video is actually going to be a series of mini videos. So I'm going to talk about classes, we're going to talk about methods, constructors. So there's a lot of things we're going to talk about. I'm going to split this up into several different videos. So let's get ready to rumble. Alright, so the first thing I want to talk about is just classes and objects. And so now we're venturing into something called object-oriented programming. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk about what a class is. We're going to talk about the different parts of the classes, what is an object, and inheritance. So those are some pretty heavy topics, and I want to make sure we take the time to go over those extensively. So this is probably going to be about 3 to 4, maybe even more little mini videos, but I wanted to kind of put them under the umbrella of a class. Okay, so let's get started. So a class. So on this side is a blueprint, and imagine a class is a blueprint. On this side is basically we're taking the blueprint and making many different houses. And so this is an object. So what we're going to do first is we're going to develop a blueprint. And then with that blueprint, we're going to make several different instances or objects of this particular blueprint. And in computer science parlance, this is a class, this is an object. So, or we can call it a copy. And actually I can put this, we can actually make this a copy. Okay. These words are used interchangeably, but again, this is a blueprint. This blueprint tells us how to make these specific objects or copies, and I'm going to use them interchangeably as well. So in this case, we have a blueprint for a house, and this shows us how to make many different houses. And also notice that the houses are different, so they're not the same house. So this one has a swimming pool or some sort of water area in the front. This one has another one. This is 2-story. It's a little bit bigger. And so basically blueprints allow us to develop houses, but different types of houses. So what would this look like in a programming sense? Now we're not going to talk about code here, but let me kind of just break this down here. So imagine this is the circle class, and the circle class has attributes, methods, and a constructor, or it could have many. It could have constructors. So I could say this. Okay, and we're going to get into what all that stuff is, but it holds things, and with these things, we can actually make other circles. And notice that the circle here is red and it has a green border. This one is yellow and it has a thicker blue border. This one is a lighter blue and it has a white border. Now, these are objects. So these 3 circles right here are objects, and they are all circles, but they're different circles. We can call these instances, we can call them copies, but they are circles. And we learned how to make these circles with this original blueprint. And so that really is essentially what a class does. It's a blueprint for someone to make other objects. All right, so let's look at some code. All right, so we're going to go into Replit, and I'm going to do some organizational things right here. So I'm going to just get rid of this for now because we're not going to need that. And I want you to notice that this is public class main. This is a class, but we're not really concerned with that because we're going to actually make our own class. And so in order for us to understand that, we're going to kind of use this as like just something to help us make other classes. So this is really not what we're concerned with, but it does say public class. Okay, so notice that I have the Java folder here. We're going to create another file, and I'm just going to go up here and click new file. And if you're in any other editor, there's going to be the formulas, the workflow is still going to be the same. You're just going to go to new file. So we're going to create a circle. So I'm going to say circle, and notice that it's capitalized. and it has to be circle.java. All right. So now we have an actual class. Well, it's not a class yet, but we have a different file. So within our Java folder, we have a main file and we have a circle file. All right, so let's start making a class. So we simply make a class by declaring public class, and we name the class. So this is a circle class, and the circle, the name of the class has to be the same name as the file. So I'm going to say circle, and notice that the name of the file is also named circle. And then I'm going to do my opening and closing curly brackets. I'm just going to bring this down here just for organizational purposes. And boom, now we have a class. All right, so I'm going to hit run. And just to make sure we don't have any mistakes or anything, Java will tell us if there's any mistakes. So it looks good. So we just have basically a main class, and which is not our concern at this point. And we have a circle class, and it's empty. All right, so let's start doing some organization here. So I'm going to make a couple things. So if you remember in the previous video, we said that a class is made up of three things in general. So I'm going to say here's an attribute. Here is a constructor. And I'm going to say here are method or methods. Okay, so this is the way we're going to break down, and I'm going to go through each one of these separately. So we're going to do a method, an attribute, and then we'll do a constructor, and we'll do what methods. So this is what methods are. So this is a pretty heavy topic here. So I want to make sure I take my time and make sure that I break everything down simply. So I'm going to end this video here, and I'm going to see you in the next video. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Class is now dismissed.